Yes.
We begin our journey as we often do in St. Croix. Our beloved Ibera has returned to island, and we helped clear away debris and harvest fruit, as it were, during what was a very heavy rainfall for weeks, but with it often accompanies an abundance of sweet fruit.
This is Nala's first time meeting the chickens.
She's like, I just want to sniff.
I promise I won't bite.
Oh. Nala, be nice.
They're friends. We are repurposing this playhouse, this dilapidated coop. We've got some secondhand cinder blocks. There's Nala's crates, some other crates that we're repurposing, and some other materials we're upcycling to create a home for our newly inherited chickens and ducks. I just learned that these are the Cayuga breed, and they are just, okay, they're a little frantic when they get fed, but I just read a whole bunch of literature on these Cayuga ducks, and I think they're both girls. There's no drake curling feather. Their plumage is iridescent in the sunlight. You can see it's like beetle iridescent is kind of what they called it. And as they molt or age, they get these white feathers, and they're just so inquisitive and so funny to me. It's been providing me hours of entertainment. And they're always like right underfoot. And I don't know, and Nala's very curious too.
And with only a month to settle into our new spot, we set off for Atlanta to spend summer with the family.
I love the random things you find when you go home. On this top dresser, I found Brownie, who is Jay's childhood stuffy, and then my little doll, who I never gave a name to. She used to have little yarn hair. Her nose still turns, but she's a little worse for the wear, but just living here in their little cubby hole at my parents' house. Super cute. We just got to my parents a few days ago, and by habit energy, I often have a bit of apprehension before coming home. And I was taking a bath just yesterday, and as I was soaking, the smile kind of blossomed from my core, from within to outwards, as I realized that so much of what's presently unfolding in my life has been something that I've wanted my entire life, wished for in my heart's desire, and it made me feel so grateful and humbled. Such as I sat there soaking, I was feeling this realization dawned on me that I felt safe, and that's not something that I was often able to say growing up. I was often very scared. My father was very prone to violent outbursts, and it took me a really long time to understand that he was also just carrying the suffering from when he was a child. He also grew up in a very abusive household and a very rageful alcoholic father, and he was drawn into this, again, habit energy unbeknownst to him in a lot of ways, and how much healing he's brought for himself. And that takes a special sort of strength to bring that self-awareness and then transmute that really dense energy or habitual pull. And so my parents have really strived for becoming better versions of themselves every year. yeah, it's always such a strange feeling when you come back home. It's relics from your childhood that, oh, they kept that random thing, and the smells that just envelop you as soon as you walk in, and obviously the trepidations of whatever upper T or lower T trauma you may have experienced yourself growing up, walking into that space, metaphorically and physically. It's this communal coming together of us all trying. No one's it all looks very imperfect, but it's all of us trying. And what more can you hope for at the end of the day than people coming together and doing their best, trying to show up as the best versions of themselves and to commit to the return. That's something that's important to me. Consistency. How does your consistent return, what does it look like? How does it feel? And how do people feel in your presence? Do they feel safe? I'm going to stop here, and I hope that wherever you are, that you are experiencing so much presence and ease and joy. Little moments of joy. It doesn't have to be spectacular or particularly remarkable, but that there are just bursts of joy throughout your day, whether it's a reflection, a moment of slowing down, or the beautiful taste of spring fruit juicing into your mouth. Whatever it may be, I wish you ease and presence.
I get so much joy watching my father dig in the ground because he spent his entire life providing for us in a job he pretty much abhorred, and by nature he is a scholar and musician, and he loves growing things, making things blossom from the ground, from the earth, and he's always out there just digging, and I feel like it's very cathartic and medicinal for me as well, so I get that from him. This is my dad's loofah. Look at how long this guy is. So abundantly growing in the Georgia sunshine. Okay, but it has now grown into this size in a matter of days. It was, babe, was this like half the size last time?
Something like that.
Okay, all right.
You know it had to be done.
These are my parents' new little chickadees. They were just hatched. What was it, like a couple days ago?
There's 2 more in here.
Oh. So yeah, every day there's a new chick hatching. When were these hatched?
I don't know. I think they're less than a week old.
Aww. Y'all are so cute. I'm sick and Jay is getting me some fresh veggies from Dad's garden. I just don't get sick in St. Croix. It's been like 6+ years since I've gotten sick at all. I think it's something about being in the States around so many people. The hum behind me is the humidifier, by the way. But my mother made one of my favorite stews. It's a silken tofu stew. I'm so excited. It's such a treat when I get to tuck in. And then these cucumbers my dad grew. And I think Jay's bringing me some chun. Thank you. Some chive chun. My dad grew these too. Thank you, sir. My mother made this for me maybe 20 minutes ago, and this earthenware is still steaming.
also wanted to document because I feel so loved right now. I'm always really gushy when I'm sick, and this is just crying tears of gratitude right now. Just so grateful to be able to enjoy my mother's cooking. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For lunch, my parents brought me home a Korean bento. Looks so yummy. Here we have some, I think, chive kimchi, and then some seasoned squid, some blanched and seasoned greens, some bean rice cake, a variety of fruit kimchi, some different types of chun. Looks like bulgogi and some braised mackerel and some maybe battered fish. Such a thoughtful thing to bring home for me, as I am feeling almost like 98% better from my cold. Jay's first time ever making pho, and he torched the aromatics and he toasted the spices and he stewed this overnight, and I'm so excited. We even got some special marrow bones from the butcher. This is exciting. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
I have been horrible about documenting our meals, and I've cooked pretty much every day, but today I remembered I made some chocolate muffins. My mom says it's delicious. And some barbecue chicken pizza for them. My dad is a huge fan of pizza. And chocolate. My dad taught himself how to play the saxophone. This is my mom. She is 68 years young. She bikes 5 miles a day. Look at her go. And Jay's over here digging a hole.
Good day for digging.
Good day for digging. And this is Mandu. Oh, it's okay. It's just a little ladder. Hi.
Next was LA to visit my brother, but not before donating Jay's hair to Locks of Love and spending some time in the city.
I like your puffy shirt.
I had never tried hot pot before, and my brother spent the next few days spoiling us, taking us to yummy food, the symphony, a puppet show, and a visit to the gardens, and so much more.
Birthday 4-leaf clover. So cute.
Then we were off to Australia to begin my 40th birthday celebrations. We enjoyed local seafood and spent one day at a masterclass quartet. A first for us both were watching whales breach more than even in our Alaska trip and observing koalas in the wild, which was so sweet. We made a short stop to Vanuatu before reaching Fiji. And as always, we had our rainbow greet us. I was confronted by many discomforts and big feelings on this trip, as I do by any other one, and I'm really starting to embrace the perspective of allowing the lesson to come through, instead of attaching a label and a narrative to them, to receive its value as well. The beauty in malleability. As I contemplated this, Jay asked some monks we ran into if they liked Fiji, and they shared in a classic sense how it wasn't so much in terms of like and dislike, good or bad. It's easy and comfy to project black and white. It's easier still to spiritually bypass, lazy to take to avoidance. It takes fortitude to ask yourself the hard questions and sit with the hard feelings.
You can see the beginning of sunset from our bed. What do you think?
It's beautiful.
Now when discomfort arises, I allow my awareness to rise with it. I experience the displeasure, but not soak in it until my fingers prune. I know the why, but I may not always know how to reach the how in that moment, and that's okay. This was a very people-y trip for me, and I tend to feel fatigued when I don't get so much alone time. And that was a challenge, but in the process, we met so many sparkling souls. We shared meals with new humans just about every day, from those visiting from China to Brazil, nomads, physicians, and artists alike. We traveled on boat after boat, and on our very last one, the lady directly in front of us was wearing a crucian hook bracelet, which its sparkle had kind of caught my eye. This was one of the very last nights in the middle of one of Fiji's remote islands, as we are now preparing to begin the trek back home after a half a year away. Things like that are always crossing our path, like the falcon who marked the trail of our hike, and the dragonfly, our spirit guide, that danced for me as I sat on the earth grounding myself, having felt so overwhelmed. The rainbow that paints the sky when we're tired and grumbly to remind us to be here now. On one of those nights, we had a sporadic sunset hike with humans of 7 different nationalities, and as the sun sunk deeper into its bed, a hush fell over the group, and it's moments of awe and reverence of nature that help me feel deeper in love with life.
extra strict so that it doesn't come off.
They said this was a very difficult and challenging hike, but we have a free day today and we decided just to check it out. And I think we're 75% done, or all 75% of the way up. But look how funny. MLK Boulevard, everywhere you go. What is it that Hank Hill says? Or
It's Khan says it.
Khan?
He's like, I'm everywhere you want to be, Hank Hill. 'Cause
Yep.
he's like, what are you doing here?
But we were just checking it out, and I think we're gonna do this, even though we made plans with everybody to do it for sunset tomorrow. But we're just checking it out, and they said it was too steep and too rocky, but so far it's been pretty moderate. So we're gonna keep exploring and see what the top looks like. We've made it to giant territory. Since we don't have a guide, Jay is our guide. Where do you think the trail leads up to?
In between these two peaks right here, I think. I don't know.
So we're guessing. It's a pretty good guesstimate though. That's where we're headed. On the boat ride to this island, I pointed this rock out to Jay and I was like, doesn't he look unenthused? Like he's got this stoic face. And I said, oh, it's Stonic face. So now we have just walked past him. This is the beautiful view. And then Jay is gonna guide us up to the very tippy top.
Hopefully.
No, you've got this.
Maybe 50 more feet up.
You've got this, but check out this view. Totally worth it.
All right, Miss Baby. She is about to attempt the most scary thing she's ever done in our adventures. Ever? This is pretty high up there. She's got to scramble up the last like 10 feet or so to the summit of this mountain and the peak of this island.
And I'm afraid of heights.
Yes, you are. She's doing it.
Oh, are you filming
Yes.
this?
Jay had to be on the very tippy-toppy rock.
I'm at the peak. Hula!
We are staying all the way down there. I love the different energies, smells, and cultures and feelings each place we visit sparks. Feeling that fresh earth, summiting new peaks, to truly experiencing the ground beneath our feet is pure joy and bliss, which I recently understand is our natural state of being bliss. We spent time laying on grass and hiking another mountain, slathering mud and dirt upon our bodies, and yelling our gratitudes into the ocean and on the top of mountains, living barefoot here just as we do at home. And nearly 6 months away, I'm speaking of home now, where we're finally headed back. So, Vinaka for both tears and pleasure, Vinaka for the divinity within and all the mirrors, Vinaka for the expansion. We'll never be the same again.